What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe, No Days Off DFS, here to bring you that WNBA slate breakdown for the 5-game WNBA slate tomorrow. It tips off early. We have some more camp games going on, and unfortunately, I am sorry, your boy has school tomorrow. So this beautiful breakdown that I normally do post for you guys that goes over the whole slate, I'm not too sure I'm going to be able to have that thing for you guys. I still got a study session that I got to finish out for tonight. So I'm not even going to say I know I'm not going to be able to have it for it, but I'm going to try to give you as much as I can. This is going to be my first looking at the DraftKings slate, just with my first thoughts and initial things. Talk to me down in the comment section. Like, seriously, talk to me down in the comment section. If you guys have any questions, I will answer as best as I can for you guys throughout that. Now, I will say, looking at this breakdown, if you guys read this breakdown and do exactly just the research that I put in to go into this, I wish that I would have read it again, but I felt like I had such a good read on today's slate. Just a couple of things in the shake out in my direction. For one, definitely just talking about both of these teams, like both games, you can attack with the bigs. It was just figuring out what bigs did you want to go to. Of course, Tina Charles, I wrote it up, but I still didn't play her. Prime matchup here, as Indiana allows the most posted points in the league. Where does Tina score a bunch of her buckets at? Where has Tina been cooking at? Of course, did I play that? No. She's averaged 16.5 fantasy field goal attempts versus the Fever and has scored 18 and 20 actual points in their two previous meetings. And now tonight, I want to say she scored 21 versus them. So now she gets to add that to her repertoire of what she's done versus them. It's crazy, and I didn't play that. On top of that, freaking Natasha Howard, a GPP option only to me because of her minutes. The minutes yo-yoing for me is what killed it. And of course, she has played well versus the Suns earlier this season. And what did she do tonight? She went out there and she cooked their asses, man. 18 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 13 rebounds. A lot of those rebounds that Aaliyah freaking Boston should have had. Man. It's crazy. But outside of that, hopefully we'll see if some of the stuff shakes out for us inside this Mystic and Sparks game. Definitely some of these props that I had over here for you guys, that worked out as well. Tina Charles, her points, her rebounds, that freaking killed it. Aaliyah Boston PR rate, unfortunately, she got going a little bit too late. Sanaya Rivers, if you were able to get her steals and stuff, that definitely cashed. Olivia Nelson-Adota, her rebounds, I'm pretty sure that cashed as well. Olivia Nelson-Adota, 5 rebounds. Depends on what rebound line you actually got for her. I'm sorry about that. And then Caitlin Clark, her points, that was a so one, just in case she actually bounced back. But her turnovers, man, how many turnovers did Clark ended up with? 5 turnovers once again. The road Clark strikes once more. So definitely check that stuff out if you guys looking for it. The link for that is down in the description below. Your boy puts in a ton of work for it, but if you're looking for it, it's on the Patreon. And you're not only getting my stuff, you get my boy BK, who also puts up his stuff as well. I know that he's been killing it with his props and stuff lately. And then of course, if you guys are looking for it, I also give out my my core. Unfortunately, Aaliyah Boston, man, she cooked it. She killed my core tonight, man. She really did. Lacan, she went out there. She did what I thought. Like, it just made sense to play her. 4,600. Why not? Why would we not play that? But hey, it is what it is. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the content your boy drops over here on the channel. And drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos help you guys win some money. Now, looking at it, 5-game slate. Again, this is my first look, my initial thoughts, things like that. I will try to have something up on the site for you guys. If I don't have anything up for the early games, I will have the afternoon. I'm very sure they're going to split the slate. So if they do split the slate and we do have just these 3 afternoon games or even just those 2 late games, I will have something for you for the late slate 100% for a fact up on the Patreon. I promise you that. All right, so looking at Atlanta, we already got word. Ryan Howard, she's going to be out. On the flip side for Chicago, they're going to be without Angel Reese and they're going to be without Ariel Atkins as well. So both these teams somewhat shorthanded when it comes down to it. For Atlanta, we've already seen this before for them. We already know going up against Chicago side, we can attack them in several places that we're going to want to attack them at. One, the guard position. Jordan Canada balling out over her last several games. 9,400, rightfully so. Love the price. Don't really care too much because she's going to have what? The usage, the assist upside that we've seen freaking Courtney Williams go out there and have. And also the rebounding upside as well. Definitely for a fact, I would take her, run a ladder for her, like straight out the gate. As soon as I see if this opens up for me, I'm running 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, 8 assists for her. Courtney Williams was able to go out there and do the same thing. Without Ryan Howard out there, she does get an uptick in regards to her rebounding, but also the playmaking that she's going to get as well. Love that for her. Another one that you can definitely take for their rebounds in this exact same spot is going to be Alicia Gray, who does rebound the ball quite well without Ryan Howard being out there. If they put her rebound line anywhere like around 6, take the over on that. There's no Angel Reese in this game. The upside is going to be there for those rebounds. Cardoso's a good rebounder in her own right, but she's going up against the Twin Towers with just Elizabeth Williams as her backup out there. I definitely do believe there's going to be some rebounds to go around in this game, and I do like the upside for it. I do. I really do. Both Alicia Gray and Jordan Canada going up against the Chicago Sky earlier, 39.25 fantasy points. Jordan Canada herself playing versus them, 14.5 fantasy points. But man, she's been on a tear since she went going up against the Minnesota Lynx, has not looked back. And this would be one of those spots where if she kills me, she kills me. But I do like her as a potential play. With Ryan Howard being out, we're going to see Maya Cadwell slide back into the starting lineup, 6,100. That is a bit rich for my blood, but it's the Chicago Sky. I would possibly take a stab at it. That's maybe a spot that I can potentially go to. Now, I'm not saying that Cadwell is a must play. Do not get that mistaken. Definitely just something that you can look to. 6,100 is a bit rich for Maya Cadwell. Definitely look more towards like the Niles Hillman or take a stab at Pow Pow. Pow Pow definitely a GPP upside potential play. She did play very well versus the Chicago Sky when they did play earlier this season. On the flip side of things for Chicago Sky, it's going to be interesting to me because do you start Haley Van Lith or are we going to have to see Mariah Jefferson actually go out here and potentially log a start? I don't know exactly what they're going to do. I will definitely be interested in this because to me, I kind of am going to have to potentially maybe take one of these punt plays if Haley Van Lith or Jefferson gets to start. Maybe just because, I mean, it's 3K. They can't do too bad, right? Going up against the Atlanta Dream, 8 minutes, 4.5 fantasy points. So the upside could be there for Haley if she actually gets something going. I would imagine we might just see Point Banham once again with Rebecca Allen, Kia Nurse. So just a whole bunch of ball handling duties right here. I will say Cardosa, of course, 8'8", going to be the only big. You're going to need her for her size going up against the Twin Towers over there. Definitely would be in play. I'm not going to say to fade her. Elizabeth Williams, her as well. Her price dropped down 6,300 and also playing going up against her former team. When she did play going up against them earlier this season, she did go out there and she had 29.75 fantasy points in that game, and that was only in 22 minutes. So I definitely could see a world where I can get down here to Elizabeth Williams if I want to take something from this game. Maybe run like a Canada and Elizabeth Williams type stack from it. Definitely two of the safer options that you can take. Anya Winne, she's going to have to go out there and play. They're just shorthanded all around when it comes down to it, and you're looking at this team now. 21 minutes in her last game going up against Atlanta. She only played 12 minutes in that game. Understand she is definitely a GPP option because she can go out there and just get you nothing, or she can go out there and be the piece that you need in order to take down the slate. Really don't have any more over there for Chicago. I have to see how that team shakes out. For the Phoenix Mercury taking on the Minnesota Lynx, over here for the Phoenix Mercury, we already got word that Satu Sabally, Clear Copper are going to be out once again. But also on top of that, Monique is going to be out with a concussion. The short-handed Phoenix Mercury are now even more short-handed. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. Somebody's going to have to get signed to a hardship contract in order for them to be able to play. Even if they do sign somebody, at the end of the day, Alyssa Thomas with pretty much just all the usage in the world going to have to actually play some mega minutes. 11-9, she's going to be one of the main studs that we're more than likely and going to have to look to pay up for. She dropped 49 fantasy points, came off of an amazing shooting night going up against the Minnesota Lynx last time out. I see no reason not to go back there. We've seen it already. Opposing bigs, even though Fee and you have Alana Smith and things down there, yes, this is quote unquote a tough defensive matchup for them, but we have seen opposing power forwards and players of this caliber be able to go out there and have a decent game. Now I will say for her, it's going to be a tip in the right direction because of the fact that, hey, you have nobody. Your usage is just going to be sky high. On top of that, we're going to have to go over here to Wifey, who, hey, y'all told me that she was washed. I ain't gonna let that down. Y'all told me that she was washed, that she was trash, that you know, her days are behind her, all that other jazz, whatnot. But hey, she went out here and she balled. She balled in 29 minutes, 43.75 fantasy points, turn back the clock, remind you who she was, 7K. I think that, hey, with the shorthandedness that they have, wouldn't be surprised if she got the start. Definitely will be looking towards my girl Duana Bonner, and she did play in that game going up against the Minnesota Lynx. 26 minutes, 19.5 fantasy points. Was all around in regards to that, so definitely can get myself back over there. Sammy Whitcomb, she's gonna have to go out here, take a ton of shots like what she normally does. Didn't play bad going up against the Lynx, so of course she would be in play as well. Outside of that, I would say Natasha Mack, they're gonna need her size. Same thing for Kalani Brown. Both those guys would be in consideration. That would probably be as much as I would look to over there. Alyssa Thomas would be your main option that you want to get to and would be prime for a step for us to pay up for. Now Fee on the flip side of things dropped what did you drop going up against Phoenix? 34.75 fantasy points. Just like I said, it's a tough matchup for Alyssa Thomas. Flip side of things, it is a kind of tough matchup for Nafisa Collier as well. Now Fee, MVP caliber player, I'm not going to put her down, but at 12K, if I got to tip the hat, I will tip it towards Alyssa Thomas. Again, the usage and everything that she has, I don't necessarily see myself having to pay up and get to Fee today. That's just it. Now You can attack the Phoenix Mercury with opposing guards, and I definitely would be able to do that going over here to none other than Courtney Williams, who is balling over these last several games. They took an L. They took an L to Chicago Sky. She took that personal. She took that personal, and we know why she took it personal, because y'all ain't even beat Chicago Sky. Yeah. So she came out here, she balled last game. I definitely think that this is a good spot, especially if you're thinking about fading fee. Go over to C Will. Now 11-1 is rich to pay for Courtney Williams. I would much rather play Alicia Gray, and I would much rather play Jordan Canada when it comes down to it. Looking at it, the matchup, it is good for Courtney Williams. Trust and believe me, it is. But I definitely will be looking on the flip side of going ahead and playing my girl Jordan Canada instead of C Will, because that price is crazy. That's what we're looking at for Courtney Williams. Alana Smith, GPP option. Don't really see that you have to get there. Caleb McBride, she definitely can pop if she's able to knock down her shots. We do know that you can somewhat jack up some threes going up against the Phoenix Mercury, so that is there. Bridget Carlson, Jessica Shepard, Natasha Heidemann, all these guys, GPP options, nothing that I feel like you have to get to. The ugly game of the slate, the Golden State Valkyrie taking on the Seattle Storm. For me, the Golden State Valkyrie taking on the Seattle Storm, this is going to be one of those games I'll probably X out myself, just because I hate trying to play Golden State Valkyrie, trying to figure out the rotation, trying to figure out who the heck it is that I want to play or take from this team. Veronica Burton definitely, of course, would possibly have some interest at 9K, but then again, Canada's right there. No Ryan Howard, great matchup. I don't see any need to come down here. This would be a GPP pivot you could switch to. She has played well over her last several games. Definitely that shot is falling down for her. She's facilitating. She's doing quite a bit of things out there. If you want to run like a pair in regards to my Alicia Gray call, maybe take Veronica Burton for 6 assists along with Alicia Gray. That would be something you could possibly do right there. But outside of that, Kayla Thornton, 8,400. She's been okay. But then again, Cardoso's 4K more without, 400 more without freaking Angel Reese. And then you got Elizabeth Williams right there. Tiffany Hayes, she's great, but she has to be scoring and rebounding the ball very well in order for her to pay off her price tag. 31.75 fantasy points versus the Storm last time. GPP pivot, if you want to play something from this, maybe if this is on the afternoon slate or the late slate, then we would have to consider taking something from this, possibly. I would say I would look more towards my girl Salon, who I typically look to play from this team. 6,400 definitely could be a interesting spot. This would be her going up against her girl Gabby Williams. I'm pretty sure they both play for the French national team, if I'm not mistaken, so that would be interesting right there. Outside of that, really don't want to mess with the bigs. Their rotation is just kind of wonky all over the place. Not even worth the headache. On the flip side of things for Seattle, you can play opposing bigs going up against Golden State Valkyrie. We have seen that you can have some decent success, but NECA's been in kind of a somewhat slump, I'll call it. Not her normal games like what I'm used to seeing her. It's taken her quite a bit to be able to get there. Definitely, maybe you could take a GPP swinger on NECA. Ezzy's been playing pretty well over her last couple games. Take a swing at Ezzy. We do know the Golden State Valkyrie are completely different on the road than they are at home. Skylar Diggins at 9,600 definitely would be someone that you can consider, but again, that 9,600 price tag, I can go right there to Jordan Canada. Jordan Canada is right there. That's the play that I would much rather get to and would rather swing down and go ahead and play right there. Gabby Williams, of course, you guys know I will never speak bad about Gabby. Gabby, the upside, the do-it-all, everything that she does. Only 14.5 fantasy points in that game versus the Golden State Valkyrie, but hey, she got some fresh ice. Erica Wheeler, like what she always does, she buys her team some fresh ice with DLR or something, I think is who she's sponsored with, or something like that. So maybe they might go out here and ball out, but again, I really don't see myself getting too much from this game. I just don't like it straight out the gate. Indiana taking on the New York Liberty. Big news for this one right there. It looks like Clark might have re-injured that groin at the end of the game, literally within the last minute. She's reaching down, she's grabbing that groin like what she did the last time when she injured it. I would not be surprised if either A, it comes out that Clark is a game time decision for tomorrow, and if she comes out as a game time decision, I'm going to lean she's going to miss and that she will not play. All-Star is this weekend. All-Star is literally, this is the last slate we have, and then it's All-Star break for these girls. She's supposed to be in the three-point contest. If she just messed up her groin, she's not playing in the All-Star game. She's not playing in the three-point contest. It's going to mess her up. And I'm pretty sure she's about to be pissed about all that because they're hosting it in Indiana. That's going to mess up so much for Clark. I mean, dang, that's going to suck if that was the case. But she's reaching down, she's grabbing the groin like what she did before when she injured it. I would not be surprised if she is going to be out. Now, if she's going to be out, of course, that's going to shift everything to Ari McDonald. She'll get to start again. Definitely, of course, Ari would be in play at that 6,500 price tag. Upside is definitely there. Same thing, Aaliyah Boston. We know that she is playing like without Clark. In the game, of course, Clark came back going up against New York Liberty. She dropped 37.75 fantasy points. She owes me some bread after last night. I would go right back to the horse and possibly mess with that. Natasha Howard. I can't see myself necessarily trying to go chase the Natasha Howard big game that she just had. But if you want to go ahead and chase that, I don't see myself going there. It will be my luck. Natasha Howard goes out there and plays like 20 something minutes. Now, also, the New York Liberty did lose to the Indiana Fever the last time that they were on the slate together and played. I wouldn't be surprised if New York comes out here and tries to beat them like a drum. Indiana's coming on the back end of back-to-back, going up against New York. New York has been sitting here resting, licking their lips, waiting for this matchup. More than likely going to be a fade. Sophie Cunningham, 5,500, still dealing with an ankle injury. I wouldn't mind going ahead and take a swing on her. Lexi Hull, she's definitely losing minutes to Sophie Cunningham. 5,100 after being priced at 48, 4,400 or something like that today. Pass for me. Timpson, if we think that maybe this game just gets out of hand, I could definitely consider Timpson as someone in my GPP pool for a value option, because she can put up some pretty good fantasy point production when she does get out there on the court. Definitely be someone I would keep an eye on, not necessarily like a must play that you have to get to. New York Liberty side of things, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Natasha Cloud, of course, is going to be the main three that we're going to look at over here. Stewie, if she's going up against the exact same matchup that I just saw Tina Charles in, that's all I'm going to say. The exact same matchup I just saw Tina Charles in. That's all I'm going to say. Sabrina Ionescu, Indy does pretty well at guarding opposing guards. Sabrina going up against the Indiana Fever, when they did play them, she did still drop 45.5 fantasy points. She's been somewhat in a shooting slump and things of that lately, but she did bounce out of it. Bad game going up against Atlanta. Decent defensive team. This is a bounce back spot for her. Definitely someone that you can pay up for at 10-7. Again, our girl Canada's right there. I'm not saying that you gotta not spend up at the guard position, but definitely Canada is just like the better option in play on this big slate. Now, Natasha Cloud, she's back from her injury, played 27 minutes in that game. If you want to take a swing with it with Cloud, that's okay. 8,400, not necessarily someone I'm looking at right away. Possibly some value that I can get over there in that Chicago Sky side of things, but someone I would keep as a GPP option. Now, Phoebich, Big Phoebe, has been balling like crazy over these last couple of games. I do have a lot of interest in Phoebich because she's honestly just rounding out. If the scoring can stay there for Phoebich whenever Jonquil Jones comes back, New York has a legit chance to repeat. Like, I really don't see who the heck can beat them if you're getting this production 1 through 5 over there for this team. But Phoebich 7,700 definitely will be a really nice option that I think you can go to over here for them. She can score from the outside. She can also score in the mid range and cut to the basket. So that gives her 3-level scoring threat right there outside of Sabrina and Stewie. Definitely will be someone that I would look to, because whenever she does get hot, they will look for her, they will hunt for her, and they will continue to go ahead and feed her the ball and get her those shots up. Outside of that, Kennedy Berg, Baby Sabali, definitely some options that you can go to. Isabel Harrison, if Sabali gets herself into foul trouble, she tends to get good run. Now, the late night hammer. My freaking Dallas Wings taking on the Las Vegas Fakers. Maybe they can somewhat get their name back because they've been playing a little bit better. Asia Wilson's going out here dropping 68 fantasy points going up against Golden State Valkyrie. What? Crazy. They've had some time off. Definitely been able to lick their wounds, go ahead and get everybody gelled up, cleaned up, and things of that nature. Asia Wilson, 11-8. Makes sense. I mean, it's going to be really, for me, looking at the slate, it's going to be between her, Stewie, and Alyssa Thomas as like the main forwards that you got to decide to go with. Again, I'm going to personally myself fade Fee unless I'm making 2 lines and I can put Fee into a GPP option right there, just because she does have decent usage and everything. But again, it's Asia. This matchup is just chop chicken for her. It should be chop chicken. You got Lee Yuru, who is, I'm not going to say that she's slow necessarily in regards to trying to defend opposing quicker bigs and stuff like that, but she's not going to be able to stop her. You got Misha Hines-Allen. No, just no. Trade Isha. I don't know why the hell she's still on my team. And then, of course, the last one, you got G. G is just a freaking traffic cone out there whenever she's on the court. So Asia Wilson, this is just a no-brainer, upside great spot for her. Jackie Young, her as well, going up against Enrique and all these over here. Definitely can see her being able to go out here and have a big day. 45.25 fantasy points going up against my Dallas Wings when they played them earlier this season. And then for Asia Wilson herself going up against Dallas, she missed that game going up against us. So definitely big day for Asia, the way I see it, looking at it. Chelsea Gray, she's there, 8,800. If you want to come down off of Jackie or Asia Wilson, I'm gonna just put it simple. Jackie and Asia Wilson will be the main 2 I want to get to. Outside of that, the only other person I truly have interest from the Las Vegas Aces is Alyssa Smith, just because she's going up against the Dallas Wings, who she just was traded from. That's it. That is all I have. Alyssa, we know that they'll give her the minutes. She will go out there and play, as long as she doesn't get herself into foul trouble, which shouldn't be hard going up against the Dallas Wings. Should not be hard. It's going to be the other way around with us getting some stupid behind fouls and stuff like that. So that's where I would look over there. On the flip side of things for Dallas, I'm gonna I'm gonna fade Paige. I don't see my need to go there. 10-5 for her. Definitely not even trying. She's gonna draw that Jackie Young defense. She can make some tough buckets, but they are playing her off ball, and it really just frustrates me to see that to no end, that she is a point guard, but you have JJ Cornely running the point for us over here, and Paige is running off ball. It sucks, but it is what it is. Rike, bounce back position and spot for her. If you do believe that she can go out here and pop, GPP option, because she literally missed every single shot she took in that last game. GPP upside right there for Rike. Zaza, I don't know why, but she's playing off the bench and she's priced at 8,600. Like, JJ is not the starter. Definitely we can mess with JJ. She is an undersized point guard out there. She's going to be the smallest one out there on the court. So GPP right there. Lee Yoru, I can mess with that right there. If Dejanay Carrington is playing, she'll be playing off the bench, might be on a minutes limit, so I really don't have any need to go right there. I would just say really Las Vegas Aces would be kind of where I want to get my late night hammers if I'm taking anything from this game. And then maybe you can mess with like a JJ Cornely or Rike for the upside, things like that. Lee Yoru, who's been shooting lights out lately. We do know that Vegas, technically, I mean, they're traffic cones themselves when it comes to defense and everything as well. So the upside could be there for Lee Yoru to go out here and have another double-double, especially if she's knocking it down from 3 like what she's been over her last couple games. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. If you guys got any questions, please just talk to me down in the comment section. I will answer it as I see it. I can answer while I'm in class because I'm sitting there just listening to my professor speak Chinese anyway. So let me know. I got you guys. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully someone takes down something tonight with the notes and stuff that I was able to put out. Peace.